So not so long ago, I filmed a video which you probably might have seen if you are currently in search of an apartment, perhaps your first apartment, or you're planning a move and you are wondering whether you have everything that you need for that particular move. So this is the video that I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it as of yet, I would suggest that you watch it after this one. If you come from watching that one, then you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because I will be sharing with you today 25 first apartment essentials that are budget friendly. I know there's a lot of content here on YouTube, and some of the things people say are essential don't feel very essential. So I thought it's best to put together a list of essentials, like move into your first apartment with these 25 things and you will feel at home, but you won't feel like you've had to rob the bank to do that, or you didn't have to take out a loan to do that. And again, these are just my suggestions. These are things that I considered when I was first looking for my first apartment, and geez, this is 5 years ago. But the list is still relevant. I have actually made notes and I had fun going back down memory lane. So if you do see me looking down, put together a list. I literally have put together a list of the 25 first apartment essentials in terms of what to buy, but making sure that things are budget friendly. All right, we're gonna first start off in the bedroom. I think having a bed, like we would hope that that part, like at least having a bed. If you can't have a full-on bed as of yet, get a mattress. What's a mattress? It's a mattress. Get a mattress so that you have somewhere to put your head down at the end of the long day. Get a bed that you feel comfortable with. It doesn't have to be a 10K, 20K bed. It could be a 3K, 4K. I don't know how much beds are right now, but like, yeah, you don't have to break the bank. Just go test it, as in like just try, see if you can lie down on it if you don't have a bed as of yet. And I would suggest, if you know you're about to move out of home, put this money aside in your account and rather have the new bed be delivered at your new place compared to you getting it a week or two or a month before moving out of home, just for you to put it into a truck to get it moved from your parents' house to your new apartment. Okay, so some of these things, especially the bigger stuff, put the money aside, pay a week before you have to move, and put your new address as the delivery address for the items. So 1, get a mattress. 2, get curtains. And when I mean curtains, I mean your lace and your curtain, especially for the bedroom. The last thing you want, especially if you're in eyesight with your neighbors, the last thing you want is that awkwardness. So avoid that awkwardness by making sure that you have a lace and your curtain. Thirdly, you gotta remember, make sure that you've got bedding. Bedding, not just your everyday bedding, which you probably already have if you have a bed, but try see if you can get a spare comforter or a spare set of sheets. One, because the last thing you want is you are washing your bedding and it's not dry by the end of the day. How are you going to sleep? So make sure that you've got 2 sets, at least 2 sets of bedding, so that when one is still wet, you can change out and switch into another. Number 4, you're gonna want to make sure that you've got hangers. Hangers are so affordable, 10, 20, 30, I don't know how many you need. Number 5, you're gonna want to make sure that you've got an iron, because what is the point of having clothing that is wrinkled? Because how are you going to show up at work? How are we going to take you seriously if your clothes is wrinkled? This is ironed, by the way. Just people need to put that out there. This was ironed. But yeah, number 5, make sure that you can get an iron. You can buy this 3 months before you move out, month before you move out. But I always say, don't leave your bare necessities for the month where you're moving out, because your priorities in that particular month are not the same. You're not thinking iron, you are not thinking hangers, you're thinking other things like boxes, like a bubble wrap, you are thinking moving costs, you're thinking deposit, you're thinking bigger things that are very, very much important in the month of moving out compared to an iron. So get your iron as early as you can. You can even get an iron a year before moving and just have it live in a box. You don't even have to tell your parents you bought an iron. Put it there with your shoes so that no one comes for your new iron. Whatever the brand, get it a color that you like. If you want a pink Russell Hobbs, go for it. A little purple, lilac-y, something that suits your personality, do that. Because at that point in time, a year, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months before moving out, you are not as stressed. Therefore, you can really be a little bit picky in terms of, you know, your color palette. It's actually fun at that point. And then number 6, and this is my last recommendation in the bedroom in terms of your bare essentials. This is part 1 of your first apartment essentials. Like I said, the plan is to only list 25. We'll do the next 25 in part 2. You will see I intentionally did not mention headboard, bedside tables. If you can get those as well, great stuff. But I'm gonna put those on the second part or the second video, purely because I don't think those are essentials to moving out. Yes, they do make your apartment feel like home, but they aren't gonna make or break whether you're able to sleep or whether you are warm, right? Number 6, get towels. Get towels. Get like your set that you might already have, and get a spare set. The spare set is for the same reason why you have another set of bedding, is that in case if it's raining, you got another towel. In case if your other towel is still wet, you've got another towel. Another thing that you're going to want to add to your bedroom list in terms of essentials is having blankets. When I talk about blankets, I mean really a blanket, nothing fancy. This could be the blanket your mother gave you, the blanket your grandmother gave you. Blankets aren't cheap, hey? Like real warming blankets are not cheap. And you'll see again here, I did not put a heater, I did not put aircon, I did not put a fan. I am thinking about the bare necessities. So make sure that you've got a blanket. Again, a blanket helps when you've got visitors in case it is cold. So if you can, have 2 sets of blankets, 2 sets of towels, 2 sets of bedding. Okay, those are the 2s that are important, the 1s and 2s in the bedroom. Those are the bare necessities. All right, we're gonna move away from the bedroom, and now we're going to move to the bathroom. The bathroom is very close to the bedroom in terms of some of those essentials, but there are certain things that I know you might have not thought about, because initially they are not things that we always think about, but when we are in a bathroom we realize certain things are not there. One, you're gonna want to get a mop, not necessarily just for the bathroom, but for your entire apartment. You want to get a mop, you want to get a broom, you want to get a duster and pan. You want to make sure that in your bathroom you've got a plunger or a toilet scrub. And I know all those things sound very ill, but those things are bare necessities. Yeah, make sure that you've got those in your bathroom, as well as a little bathroom bin. It's very essential. All right, we're gonna move away from the bathroom and we're gonna move towards the kitchen. At this point, we're in the kitchen now. We're in the kitchen, and the kitchen is where the pots and the pans. We're cooking in the kitchen. So yeah, make sure that you got pots. It's easy to get a pot set. Don't get too complicated. This is not the time for La Crescent. This is not the moment to shine. This is just a moment to cook, a moment to boil eggs, a moment to make oats. It's just a moment to fry chicken. So get a pot set, and often those pot sets will be like 3 pots with a pan. You get your pots, you get plates. Again, with plates, you can buy a set. Another thing a lot of people forget when it comes to the kitchen is like cutlery. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna eat with our hands? Like, please buy cutlery, forks, knives, spoons, and teaspoons. Let's talk about knives. Again, how are you going to do your onion? How are you going to chop things and make things happen in the kitchen without knives? Again, knives, you can get a set. I think a set is probably like 150, maybe 200. Sure, they probably have at all of these other at-home homey shops as well. But while you're busy getting your groceries, put a little bit on top and get some of those essentials. Again, we're trying to avoid you moving and not having any of these. But if you do find yourself having moved and you've gotten, again, most of these things on the list that are, according to you, your bare necessities, then you might find that when you do your grocery run, you realize that actually you still don't have knives. So you can get your knives like at your local supermarket while you're doing your grocery as well. Get a basic set. They'll probably last you like a year or two or even longer. You might be surprised, like you don't expect them to last long, but they actually do. Another thing that you want to get for your kitchen as well is a chopping board. Again, this, what exactly, where exactly? Again, you can get it while you're doing your groceries. 50 rands, 100 rands, I don't know, but don't go too fancy. Get a very basic chopping board. It will change your life. Another thing that is a bare necessity for the kitchen is a kettle. Oh my goodness, how are you going to do this in the morning? What are you sipping if you didn't boil the water? Most of us need coffee to start our days. I don't know about you, but like, I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not awake until the coffee is within. All right, and last but not least, over there in the kitchen, you are gonna wanna make sure that you have a microwave. They've gone up though. I think 5 years ago, microwaves were like less than 1,000 rands. I recently moved. I gave away my previous microwave because I was like, it's not gonna serve me in the future. It's not working for my future vision, future aesthetics. So I gave it away. It was a small white TV looking microwave. Gave it away. And this time around when I was moving, I remember looking on Take-A-Lot and thinking, well, that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, I'm almost done. I promise. Another thing that you're gonna wanna add to your kitchen as a bare necessity is a bin. You're gonna need something to throw your trash in because you're not gonna be taking out your trash every single day. It gets old very fast. So make sure that you have a bin. Again, you can get a bin while you're buying your groceries from your local supermarket, so like a Pick and Pay or a Checkers, or you can also go to Mr. Price's home and get like a prettier bin. It's entirely up to you. Again, the prettier bins are very easy to get before the month of moving, because why? Then you are buying at a relaxed pace. You probably have it in your budget that I'm moving out in 6 months, therefore every month I've got 2,000 rands allocated to getting my first apartment essentials, because that's how you're supposed to do it. That's the easiest way to do it. Therefore, with that 2,000 allocation, I'm just using a random number here, you're able to then say, this month I am getting the microwave and a bin. Simple. Next month, you can then say, I am getting pots and pans and plates. Okay, like it makes it so much easier. Stack up a little corner at your current home somewhere, find a wardrobe, find a closet, find some room in the garage to put and pile up all your first apartment essentials. That's what I did. But at some point I realized that I was gonna run out of space, so I just started leaving the money in my account, like in a separate linked savings account, knowing that it matches what's happening on my Take-A-Lot account there by wish lists. You know, I had a wish list of A, B, and C, and in my bank account I had saved up A and B. I was working towards the C. But nonetheless, there are different strategies that you could put in place in terms of how you go about acquiring what you may need for your first apartment. That is just one way that worked for me. You can adopt my style. In fact, it's not even stealing because I'm sharing with you how to. So use my way or find your own way. Nonetheless, make sure that you have a plan in place, because it gets very frustrating and life can get so busy with so many other things. And I promise you, the planning process is probably nicer than you think. If you're stressed about moving, it's probably because you don't have a plan around moving. So you are actually stressed about the details because you haven't given yourself enough time to sit down and consider what it is that you are going to need. And by you watching this video, that is a very good first step towards figuring out some of those details. Aside of figuring out what you will need for your first apartment, you also have to think about what is right for your budget, what neighborhood you want to live in. And I know it can get very overwhelming if you're not a natural planner or a natural organized individual that enjoys, those details or enjoys the process. But such is life, such is adulting. It's a process. You gotta trust the process, even though there are moments where it feels like the process is not processing. Like, when you're trying to download an app, or you're trying to download a movie. Well, shouldn't be downloading movies. Trying to download something else, a song, I don't know, trying to download something. And it's taking longer than it says, or it's not even telling you it's gonna take 10 minutes. It just says downloading and it's not moving, Sometimes adulting feels like that, especially now with social media, where you get to see everyone's process, and everyone's process looks so different, but what we put out on social media is our best process, or we make our process like such a fantasy, so romantic, like, oh my gosh, So what that can do, if you're not someone that naturally enjoys a process, it can look like, oh my goodness, other people have it far more figured out than I do. And that is not the case. We are honestly all just trying to figure out this life thing. Unfortunately, there isn't like a full-on blueprint, but lean towards whatever it is that you believe. Lean towards your truth. Lean towards knowing yourself a little bit more, spending some time with yourself, maybe even spending some time with your creator. And I know I'm getting very deep right now, but hey, such is life. Such is life. But yeah, you can't have it all figured out. So you've got to trust that the one that made you knows the details. And if he has your life in his hands, then he's working it out all for your good. Yeah, that is not even on my paper, y'all. Did I even go through everything? No, I did not. Okay, let's go back. And this is why we write down scripts. Let's go back to the other things that you need in your apartment. Living room. Living room is your lounge, the sitting room. That room, get a basic couch. Don't get fancy. A two-seater is fine. Like, get whatever you can get. If you can get it brand new, there's a lot of cool shops that are popping up, but one that has been good for years is what's called Decofern. I believe they are nationwide in South Africa. So try Decofern. I'll put up a link here, or rather screenshot here, and you can go search them out if you don't know about them yet. Very affordable, simple, easy, basic starter furniture you can get from there. Yeah, and also again for your living room, having a little coffee table. Again, these are things you don't have to buy everything brand new. You can look towards Facebook Marketplace. You can also look towards like your Cash Crusaders. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, it doesn't have to be brand new. It doesn't have to be a big table. It can be just small things that make your place feel cozy enough for you. So create a Pinterest account if you don't have one as of yet. Or if you do, create a board, make it secret, make it private, so that you have the freedom to put in there what you want to visualize for your first apartment. I know I did that. I continue to. I have so many boards now. Oh my goodness, I probably have a board for every department of my life, literally. And I have so much fun because no one knows, because my boards are secret. So I feel very safe to express myself creatively on Pinterest. So Pinterest could be one way to help you visually figure out what look and feel you are going for. And I think that's that. Oh, number 25, get a mirror. Now, if you already know where you're moving to and you know there's already a mirror there, like if it's one of the more modern apartments with like a mirror behind the door, a mirror in your wardrobe, or like a big mirror in the bathroom, and you're satisfied with that, then absolutely no need to get a mirror. But even in that case, like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mirrors, just because I'm someone that naturally likes reflection in terms of light. Like even now, this entire video I almost didn't film it because I was worried about lighting popping from. I've got a window somewhere here that brings in a lot of natural light. So given the time of day that I'm filming, which is afternoon, I was worried that there would be too much light coming through in this video, but I did see the weather change a bit. It's a little bit more partly cloudy now, so hopefully this video was okay for you. There wasn't too much glare, too much light. But yeah, that's it for me. Your 25 first apartment essentials. Get all 25, okay? Get your bare necessities. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was of value to you, please give it a thumbs up. It just lets me know what sort of content you enjoy seeing from me, and I'm able to put together more of those videos for you in the future to come. Again, we're gonna have a part 2 of this video, so I didn't want to make this a very long, overwhelming list of 50 things to get for your first apartment, but rather I wanted it to be like, okay, get these 25, get comfortable, start thinking about these other 25. That's it from me. Have a great rest of your day, and I will chat to you soon or see you next in the next video. I enjoy hearing from you in the comments, so please leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts were on this video, and I look forward to engaging with you over there. It's bye for now.